Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And here we are for the Red Sky Ranch / Eagle Vail review. So, as Red Sky Ranch anyway, and Eagle Vail, no, that's a local course that's privately owned, but at least Red Sky Ranch is a resort course, of course. I'm going to do a review about it, and the actual resort that we stayed at. So, let's start there with the lodging. So there we are, showing up, beginning of September. Absolutely gorgeous weather, probably around, I don't know, 10 degrees cooler, yeah, somewhere around there, than Colorado Springs. So, much higher in elevation up there, obviously, up in the mountains. Absolutely gorgeous area. Let me start there. So, I mean, it can't be beat. There's tons of golf up there. We're going to have to go back and vlog some of the other courses up there. There's 3 courses up there called, what, Cordillera, something like that, that I've looked them up. They're private. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on those courses, but if I can, get on those 3 courses up there, then I certainly will, and we'll vlog those and bring that content to you as well. And if not, if they're super private, they're like, nope, we don't want to do it, then yeah, it is what it is. I guess we'll have to forego those, unfortunately. But there's a bunch of other courses up there that we passed by, seen them on either side of the road, that looked just amazing. So the entire area is just chock full of golf up there. And of course, it's also a ski resort, so if that's what you're into as well, then yep, the winter's got some good times in store for you up there as well, I'm sure. I'm not a skier, so I can't comment on that, but what are you going to do? So what am I wearing right now? I'm wearing the submerged shirt from Eagle Vail, obviously the hat from Red Sky Ranch, and yeah, all quality stuff up there for sure. But back to the lodging, so to talk about that. Absolutely awesome. I mean, we stayed in Arrowhead Village, and we stayed in one of the Platinum Suites. So 3 bedrooms, 4 beds. One of the bedrooms had 2 beds in it, right? And they were like full-size beds, they looked like. So that's nice, not 2 twins. So, yep, sleeps up to 4 people. The master bedroom was awesome. Yep, and then the other bedroom that had a single bed in it, that looked like a queen size to me. The master that I stayed in, that was definitely a king-size bed. So, yep, plenty of room for you and 3 buddies, so long as 2 of you don't mind sleeping in the same room, if you do stay at Arrowhead Village and you do get a Platinum Suite. Yeah, super awesome. So, we'll go ahead and roll that content right now, because we actually did a walkthrough of the room that we stayed in, just for you. So, let's check that out. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midgard Golf, Cribs Edition. So we're up here in Avon, Colorado, set to play, where are we playing? The Red Sky courses. So Red Sky Ranch out at Walcott, Colorado. Both of them are going to be playing this trip. And Eagle Vail out here right, well actually it's a little bit ways back east from where we came here. So we're a little westbound of there. So those are the courses we're going to be playing this trip. There's a ton of excellent golf also up in this area, not to mention all of the skiing for you skiers out here in the wintertime. But for this little segment here, I want to take you through the pad that we rented out. So we got a Platinum room, 3-bedroom, up here in Arrowhead Village to stay at, to venture the area and everything. So let's get in there and let's check it out. Alright, so coming right in here, nice little hallway opening. Gotta love that. And of course we turned on all the lights and everything. But, yeah, all the bedrooms are pretty much just as you open up into here. And then the living area and kitchen that we'll get to in a second on the way back. So let's start with the bedrooms. Let's start with the master. So coming around here just to the left, we got the master suite, which is where we're going to be staying this trip, because it's my birthday and I kind of get the biggest room. It's nice. So, master bathroom in here, super awesome. Nice big shower with some seating up in there. You can just sit there and chill. Looks like there might be a steam option in there. Kind of cool. Turn this into a little bit of a sauna for you. That'd be all right. And then the water closet. Pretty stock standard, simple. Yeah, very nice. But heck of a master bathroom for this platinum grade condo out here at Arrowhead Village. So let's check out the bedroom itself. Oh yeah, awesome. King size bed, view of the driveway if we look out over here out the window. So if you've got visitors coming up to see you and you're hanging out in the room, you'll be able to see them from multiple places in the condo actually, but right here from the bedroom if you please, and we'll watch them drive right up. And actually if we come over here and look right down here, you can see the driveway down to the garage parking. Kind of nice. So if you're up here during ski season actually, for skiing, it's pretty much what you're doing up here when there's snow on the ground, then your car will be nice and safe underground in this nice heated parking garage they've got, well, under this very building. So, pretty awesome room. Super stoked to be staying here over the week, or, the weekend. Almost like a week. Like, yeah, we're not staying here all week. Just a few days over this Labor Day weekend. Alright, so the next room that we've got over here, the 2-bedroom. So of course there's 2 beds. Yep, closet here. Oh, the other bedroom had a walk-in closet. We'll go back over there and check that out in a second there. I missed that. But yeah, nice little private bathroom for this second room with 2 beds in it. So if you've got kids that you're bringing up, or if you're just bringing up 4 boys with you instead of just 3, or whatnot, for however many you want to bed, then you got 2 beds here for it. So full-size beds. Nice little TV to fight over for what channel y'all are going to watch. And another view over here of the driveway. So, super cool. Everybody can see your visitors. It's pretty nice. You're like, oh yes, visitors, they're all here. And look at this, I love this. They wrap up your robes, put them on the bed for you. That's super cool. Instead of tucked away somewhere in a closet where you don't want to use them, it's like, you will mess with these whether you like it or not. So this door right here goes nowhere. I'm thinking that's the water closet. It's locked. So that's that. And then we've got a little guest bath, a little half bath over here in the hallway. So if you do have guests, they don't have to use one of yours in the bedrooms. Quite nice to have that. And then the final bedroom here, also with its own bathroom. So nice shower there. Oh, there's some seating actually in the back there too, so you can just sit down and let the water hit your face there as well. Super nice. Love that. And yep, one full-size bed and a nice width. This closet, yep, just standard open closet. Kind of a lot of shelving space up in here though. Yeah, kind of neat. You got like your tuck away area over here for your clothes. It's nice. Super cool. Interesting configuration. And your shelves and a little table. Kind of neato. Hey, you want to plop up a laptop or something over here? Yeah, it's kind of nice. Sometimes I like to sit there and watch my laptop when I'm going to bed instead of the TV. Yeah, depending on what I want to do. Or some on my hard drive or whatever. But yep, same view as the other 2 rooms. Over the driveway, so you can see all visitors. Alright, let's check out the living room. And a nice big open area, sort of hallway kitchen. Beautiful, beautiful paneling on the fridge to match all of the cabinetry and such. They got a wine fridge down there also. Awesome. I'm going to store some good wine. That place to do that. Yeah. And let's see what's up in these. I actually didn't open these before. Is this? Oh, all right. It's cool. Some glassware. Yeah, your pick of metal or glass martini glasses. How do you like that? And then over here, oh, okay. Yep, a couple bowls. I'm guessing up in here is kind of the placemats. Look at that. You can have yourself like a formal dinner up in here. Gotta love that. And the plates and such are up in there in the cabinets. And of course, yep, same view. Now when we look out this way though, to the small patio that we've got with a few seats around this table, I mean, if you come up here in the winter and you're skiing, you are right there to the lifts. I mean, you go right outside your building. You are on the lifts to get up the mountain and, yep, shred down those slopes. Super awesome. And of course, the living room. So I had thought that there were pull-out couches here in this living room, but I checked them and they're actually not. So, yeah, I mean, obviously some folks could sleep on the couches if they really wanted to, but they are not pull-out beds, or there's no section of that is a pull-out bed, so something to know. And of course, TV, fireplace, super cool. And it looks like this fireplace looks like it's wood burning, but I don't think that it is. Oh, maybe it is wood burning. Oh no, that's gas. Yep, there's a pilot light back there. Faux show. But then again, you know, those logs move. So, like I just moved one right there. So I'm not sure if they're going to catch fire if we crank that up, or if it's just going to kind of be a neat flame that pops up in them and then they're actually some kind of strange ceramic. But neat. Pilot light goes out. They equip you with a lighter for that, so that's cool. The library of some miscellaneous reading and your brilliant view of the lift. And this little, I'm not sure what this is, this Blinkies, sort of, I guess, outdoor grill sort of thing that they got just outside your door. So if you feel like people watching out your window, like the king in the castle, then you're very welcome to do that, I suppose. They couldn't stop you. And then just out here, I guess we're going to have to walk around here to see that. But just to the side of where you would otherwise get on the lift, they got some cornholes set up so you can just get out there on the lawn, go throw some bags if you feel. Super cool. So, I mean, everything's right here at your fingertips. And just outside this building, in about 2 minutes walk the other way, is the pool and hot tub facility. So, awesome. You're right in the middle of it all here. They got shuttle service that'll take you to Beaver Creek, the Beaver Creek Lodge area, where there's a bunch of little shopping and a couple restaurants and stuff like that. So, awesome for that. And, yeah, it's just super cool place. Excited to be here and call this place home for the next couple of nights while we enjoy Red Sky Ranch, both the Greg Norman course and the Tom Fazio course, and Eagle Vail. And I'll look up who the creator is of Eagle Vail so I can comment that in the full course review that we'll probably attach to this very segment. So yeah, and before we close this up, the one thing that I missed, let's go back to the master bedroom and let's check out the closet that they've got there, because it's actually pretty cool. Nice little walk-in closet. Oh, and also, while we're going that way, in this little hallway thing, you've got stackable washer and dryer if you feel like doing some laundry while you're here, some cleaning supplies and whatnot. Get yourself, of course, your ironing board, the niceties, and a blanket. Extra blanket if you happen to be out here in the winter and you need that warmth. You do have Wi-Fi here, so up in these mountain areas, sometimes that's a hit or miss sort of thing. Whether or not you're going to have internet, they do here, so that's cool. And let's see here, the closet, where did it go? I think it's around here. Yes, here it is. The closet that we missed in the master bedroom. Plenty of room for, I would say, probably up to a week's stay, maybe even 2. Especially since you can do laundry right here, that's quite nice. So, there it is, ladies and gents. This is A302, the Platinum 3-bedroom condo at Arrowhead Village up here in Avon, Colorado. Thanks so much, and enjoy the rest of the review for this whole excursion out here to Avon, Vail, and Wolcott, Colorado for some epic golf. See you later. All right, cool. So there's the content of the room itself for you. Absolutely awesome. I mean, everything you could possibly want for your stay up there at Avon and Wolcott, I guess, because Red Sky Ranch is actually in Wolcott. But you know, when I called them and asked, I was like, exactly how far away is Red Sky Ranch from the resort there? And they were like, oh, like 30, 40 minutes on any given day. No, it's like 17 minutes, okay? So you're going to be just fine rolling out there. All right, so the staff there on site at the resort, super awesome. Everybody, super great hospitality in mind for their job, that's for sure. The pool there was great, nice, really big, sizable hot tub. I mean, you could have 2, I guess the hot tub was kind of configured in such a way where there was like 2 different sections of it. There was like these 2 big hot tub seating area pools and then kind of a gap between them where you could walk between them still in the hot tub water, in the hot water. So that was really cool. Heated pool, that was great too, got in that, it was great temperature. Yeah, and then actually Arrowhead Village actually has another course. It's right there on it, Jack Nicklaus course. But super private, can't get on it. Even if you're staying there, you got to be a member. So that was unfortunate. However, the restaurant there at the course, of course, that's open to the public. And we did eat there. That was awesome food. So Gosh, I'm filming this like a month and a half after we actually did the trip. Things just got busy and I didn't have any time to sit down here and actually film this. But I think I had a pork dish of sorts, but while we were there was 4 of us or 5 of us sitting down there eating, and everybody got something different and it all looked amazing. Drinks there were great. Of course, I'm a big old-fashioned guy, so yeah, whiskey drinks, and yeah, the old-fashioned there was great. So yeah, highly recommend checking out the restaurant there. And of course, the entire area around there, they've got shuttle service so that you don't have to drive yourself and try to find parking, which I highly recommend utilizing, especially if you go up to the Beaver Creek area, which is another one of the courses that we're going to have to go back and check out. Beaver Creek looks super awesome, very narrow looking course. It's like a whole 18 holes in one like stretch of land. It's like you play 9 out and then 9 back, but it looks really, really pretty. So yeah, we're going to have to check that out. But yeah, that area up there, super ritzy. I mean, cool looking. We went up there, but we made the mistake of driving up there. We happened to be there as they were doing their Oktoberfest. So we wanted to go check that out one evening, and we couldn't find parking. It was already getting late. We had like an hour left until they closed after the first round of golf at the Norman course. So we ended up having to forego that, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We still got the lay of the land so far as the view of that area up in Beaver Creek, and that was really, really pretty too. But Arrowhead Village, yeah, super awesome. It's like half rental property, half residential, so very cool. The parking there was a little different. If you get a room up there, there is underground parking under all of the, I guess the buildings there where you get your condo. And so they allow for 1 car to be parked in the underground parking garage there. And then all the remaining cars have to be parked in this big lot that they've got. So they're like overflow lot off to the side of where you check in and down the road about 150 to 200 yards, something like that. I mean, yeah, we walked it several times to go back and forth between Sam's and dang it, Johnny's car. But yeah, easily walkable from anywhere on that property, no doubt about it. In the winter, that might kind of suck, but yeah, oh well. So that's the parking situation there. All right, so that is the conclusion of the property review for the hotel that we stayed at, or rather the condo resort, I should say. So let's jump into the courses themselves, starting with the first course that we played, the Norman course. I mean, awesome. The Norman course out there, of the 3 that we played, so then there was the Fazio course and then Eagle Vail. Norman course was definitely the widest, and I'm pretty sure it was the longest too. Yeah, it tips out at 7,480 yards, and the Fazio course tips out at just 7,116. Eagle Vail tipping out at 65.38. Yeah. So there's the yardages, or max yardages, I should say, for all 3 courses that we played. Norman, definitely the longest, but also the widest, I came to find. So you can get up there, bus driver, and have a little bit of room to miss in any direction, left or right. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of bugger trouble out there on that course for sure. The greens on, well, both courses, Norman and Fazio, were rolling the same. And I'd say they were rolling, when we were out there, again, that was beginning of September, before they punched it. So they were actually rolling really, really smooth. Very great quality greens. But probably rolling around I would say maybe a 12. Yeah, somewhere like that. Moderately fast. So yeah, definitely don't be stepping on the gas out there on those greens. Eagle Vail, those greens were also pretty quick, so that little bit slower than Red Sky Ranch, probably about an 11. So yeah, for that time of the year, but of course it's going to be variable. So yeah, the course as a whole for the Norman course, I mean, awesome. I've never played a Greg Norman course before. Before this one, that is, I should say. So just to kind of get in the mind of Greg Norman and how he likes to design courses and whatnot. So It was pretty cool. So I liked it. I mean, the layout, as I recall, was pretty stock standard. Yeah, I mean, 2 par 3s front, 2 par 3s back, and then 2 5s, 2 5s. Yep. I like number 10, how it starts out with that par 3 where you it's got that slope off to the left and got to keep it right. It's kind of a nice way to start the back 9. And if I remember right, all 3 courses, the 10th hole was a par 3. Yep, par 3. And, par 3. Yeah, that was awesome. So, I don't know, maybe that's kind of a theme out there in Avon, Colorado. Let's start the back 9 out with a nice short one. Give you a little reprieve after you go and get your snack or whatnot at the clubhouse. Or the halfway house as it would be out on the at a Red Sky Ranch. So very cool. Yeah, full service, awesome. Let's see here. So the fairway's great condition, absolutely excellent, loved it. The bunkers, pretty fair to play out of. Not very rocky, not hard panny, but not overly soft either. Like, I think the softest greens I have ever played before, where they just eat your club, would have to be out at Bandon Dunes. Yeah, those bunkers will eat you alive. If you're in a fairway bunker out there, you really got to pick it clean. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere. And they're super deep too, so good look at that. But yeah, these bunkers, pretty fair, I thought. And if you're in a fairway bunker, and as long as you could, well, pick it fairly well, you're going to get some yardage out of it. And on the green, or green side bunker action, I should say, yeah, easy enough to get out of, for sure. So, yeah, nice. The rough length out there, not bad at all. I mean, yeah, you could play out of the rough out there super easy. At least when I was there anyway, they didn't have it grown out all that long. So you weren't really penalized if you ended up in the rough anywhere on Red Sky Ranch as a whole. Let's see here. And then the size of the greens, I'd say moderate. Yeah, for the Norman course there. A little smaller on the Fazio course, a little bit. So, yeah, awesome. Okay, so, and then moving on to the Fazio course more definitively here. Definitely the narrower of the 2 courses, but also shorter. So that's nice, more of a strategic course, I would say, rather than a grip and rip course like Norman designed his track out there. Let's see here. The greens, I would say, were slightly more undulating, but not all that bad. But obviously a little bit smaller, so it took you a little more, I guess, ability to spin the ball to stay on them and stick them. And definitely had to be more of an accurate player through and through on the Fazio course. My favorite of the 2 is the Norman course, but the Jeremy's favorite of the 2. I wish he was here today to film this with me. That'd be nice. But Jeremy's favorite of the 2 of those was the Fazio course. But all of the rest of the guys, so Sam, Jeremy, and John, all 3 of them liked Eagle Vail more than the Red Sky Ranch course, or the Red Sky Ranch courses, I should say. Me personally, I like the Norman course the best because I like to just be able to get up there, relax, shake it out, look at a nice, modestly wide fairway, and bust it. So, and have a fair chance to be in play no matter what I do. That's nice. I like that. I enjoy that. So, that's my thing. But those guys, they just like the sort of deep wooded scenery that Eagle Vail offered. Neither of these courses on Red Sky Ranch were what I would say, what you would expect when you come out to Colorado to play golf. A lot of people come out and they think Colorado golf, they think mountain golf, heavy wood-lined holes on every hole and, super tall pine trees and whatnot. Not the case out there. Actually, Red Sky Ranch reminded me a lot more of my home state up in northern Nevada. So that's where I'm from, Reno, Nevada. But yeah, the ambiance, the views, just the general surroundings at Red Sky Ranch reminded me a lot more of Nevada actually than it did of Colorado. So kind of different in that aspect. But of course, the long views out in the distance, you've got plenty of pine, plenty of mountains, not deserty at all. So there's that. It's kind of like you're in this kind of sagey, I guess, little section, little pot of the earth there, surrounded by forest all around you. So pretty neat. Let's see here. The staff at Red Sky Ranch. I thought the staff was just next to none. Super awesome folks. Yeah, I mean, everywhere I went, whether it was in the clubhouse with the guys behind the counter, whether it was the restaurant there, we did eat at the restaurant. Restaurant was a little pricey, but and it looks like a fine dining sort of restaurant there, but it's not. It's more of the menu, or at least the menu that I saw. And that was towards the end of the day too, so it's about dinner time, but yeah, they were fixing to head out, so I don't think they had dinner service out there, to be honest. On the Red Sky property itself, in Walcott, right? But, yeah, they, I had the chicken wings, that's right, yeah. And I thought they were excellent, awesome chicken wings, very filling, healthy portion of wings out there. But, yeah, it was something up in the 20s, if I remember right. But you know what? I could probably. I have the website up right here. Let me see if I can bring up their menu. Oh, Silver Sage. I don't know if that is the actual course restaurant. Might be. Let's see here. Maybe they do have dinner service, and I'm mistaken. Okay, so wherever Silver Sage is we did not go there. And their menu looks awesome. Actually, not all that bad priced here. What, miso bruleed sea bass, $42. Salmon, $38. Chicken breast, $34. Cavatelli, which is a dish I confess I've never tried before. But what is that? Mint pesto, so it's a pasta dish, roasted, hazelnuts, kale, caramelized mushrooms, and citrus pangritata. Whatever that is. I'm surprised I could pronounce that word easily like that. About $32 for that, flat iron steak for $44, and beef tenderloin for $52. So your kind of typical steakhouse prices, I would say, out here. If you got a 3-course meal with a starter, an entree, and a dessert, starter being either a salad or an appetizer type of dish. Doing the quick beer math on all this here, you're probably looking at around $100 a person, maybe a little less, if you got all the cheapest items on the menu. So yeah, that's about what you're looking at for the Silver Sage restaurant. But the menu that we saw and that we ate off of was much different. It was more of a bar and grill type of food, but awesome quality. And I did have an old fashioned out there as well. Thought that was pretty top notch. Loved it. Just great. And let me give a special thanks to the Marshall staff out there. So we only came in contact with a Marshall once, outside of the starters, and they're not really Marshalls, I guess you'd say. Maybe they rotate. I don't know how they exactly do that. But the starters, super friendly. Both courses, awesome. And yeah, the Marshall that we ended up seeing, it was on the 9th hole. Oh, was it the 9th? I think it was the 9th hole at Norman. Yeah, if I remember right. Yeah, I'll go back and look at the content, which you've already seen. And because I think we actually put them in the video, but I can't remember for sure right now. Well, I guess we'll find out if I'm right or wrong about that when I go back and look at it and edit it. But the guy was awesome because being a YouTuber, even if we're playing lightning fast, which of course I'm a pretty fast player, I tend to jog if not run between shots. That's why I'm out of breath a lot when I'm on camera talking to y'all. But even when I'm driving in the car, just set everything up, I really take a strong effort to stay ahead of everyone else, regardless of how fast they're playing. Just to make a point that, yeah, I will outplay you in terms of speed. Even if it's at the expense of my own score, I don't care. But nevertheless, there will obviously be plenty of times where the play will be slow anyway. And if you're out there vlogging, spoiler alert for you guys thinking about starting a YouTube channel, everything is always your fault. They see you out there with cameras and whatnot, and if play is slow or whatnot, it's your fault. Doesn't matter if there's four groups stacked in front of you and everybody's waiting on the tee box next. So far as everybody behind you is concerned, it's all your fault. So there it is. So that's kind of what I expect when I end up having a marshal come up and approach us, but not this guy at all. And we were right on top of the group in front of us anyway, so I was prepared for that. Like, really? You think our pace plays low? But what do you think about this? This guy's right in front of us that I can see right there. But nope, it's not what happened at all. The guy pretty much hung out with us for the entire hole, and even so we were. I remember, and I think it was the 9th at the Norman course, but we ended up taking a shot. Let's see here. Was that also a par 3? No, that was a par 4. Okay, yeah. So we ended up just short of the green, in the rough to the left there of the green, and we were, a couple of us were chipping and a couple of us were putting out of the rough. So he steps up, he's like, "Oh man, I got a great trick for you. If you want to putt out of the rough like that, check this out." And the man steps up and hits putter. I can't remember whose putter he hit, if it was mine or somebody else's. But he hit putter out of the rough, and the rough was fairly deep in the spot that we landed in, and knocked it to, like, I don't know, 4 inches away from the cup. I mean, just a great shot. But yeah, with this very kind of downsloping, sort of choppy, sort of stabby, chippy shot with a putter. I was like, huh, that worked out great for him. But yeah, super cool. Sat there and chatted with us for a little bit. Definitely the polar opposite of what I would expect dealing with a marshal anywhere. So big thanks out there to the entire staff out at Red Sky Ranch. You guys are the example of what a staff should look like at a golf course anywhere. Absolute top-notch perfection. Excellent. I mean, I wish I could just come up with 100 more words right now to say and burn some of this camera time to just extol you guys for how great of a job we actually did, because we really had a great time with every single staff member that we came across while we were out there both days at Red Sky Ranch. So thank you guys out there, if you catch wind of this video, so much for the absolutely grand hospitality that you provided. It will not be forgotten. Let's see here. So past that, the patrons out there were fine enough. Obviously, playing as foursomes both days, we didn't really converse with all that many other patrons. Yeah, we did have one older gentleman and what looked to be his son or nephew or something like that, and the guy was like Swedish or something like that, and he came up, and yeah, he actually had a problem with pace of play. We were like, dude, we're right up against the group in front of us. But that was it, and we ended up letting him play through anyway. I think that old guy shot like a 9 on that next hole when we let him play through. We were like, if you're gonna play through a group, have the decency to be a well enough golfer to not hit a quintuple bogey. That's nice. So, but yeah, poor guy. He was probably more or less upset because of the round that he was having, if that hole was any example of it. But nevertheless, that was the only guy that was any kind of cross at all. Everyone else that we saw out there in terms of other patrons, awesome. Just people out there wanting to relax and have a good time, laugh, and just enjoy themselves. So that was cool. It's the kind of atmosphere that you're going to get out there from the other patrons. A bunch of people who just want to enjoy and not, speed through something. It's not really the kind of place you go in order to jet through a round because you got an appointment thereafter or anything like that. It's way out in the middle of nowhere. There's like nothing out there in Walcott except for the course and, a couple of mansions out there. A bunch of mansions out there on the sides of the courses. But, yeah, very, very cool. Highly recommend. So let's get to the price then. And actually on the Red Sky site, they don't have like prices for the season or whatnot. I've looked everywhere before I started the camera here. And yeah, I could not find their prices for golf anywhere. But I know they do make them because the stay-in play is a percentage off of the normal tee time. So you can go out there and play if you're not staying at one of the resorts affiliated with them. However, I don't know what those prices are. I think it's somewhere in like the 240, 250 range, somewhere in that ballpark. So, and then the stay and play rates. So I have my receipt for that, at least for the time that we went out there. Obviously, beginning of September, and I mean the very beginning, right? Like, yeah, the 3rd of September and the 4th of September. So right at the beginning of September, still technically summer season. And the price for the green fees was $195 each. And do I think it's worth that? And you know, to be fair, if you're going out there to play Red Sky, you're probably taking advantage of the stay and play deal anyway, just because I highly doubt that there's a whole lot of folks out here watching this content, checking out Red Sky Ranch, actually live there. So you're probably going out there and staying in a hotel and then playing the courses anyway. And for the price of the room, oh, I didn't get to that. Price of the room that we stayed in, the platinum room with 3 beds, was $491 a night. That's after taxes. That's total, right? So $1,473 for 3 nights, $391 per night. So of course, if you're going out there with buddies like I did, and we split the cost 4 ways, so what is that again? So divide that by another 4, $122.75 a night each. Pretty darn good for the quality of room that we got. Awesome. So yeah, and of course that's if there's 4 of you, right, going out there staying in a platinum room, and if their rates don't change. So, but by the time you see this content, albeit their rates may have changed. I don't know. Maybe it'll be more expensive. Maybe it'll be cheaper. I don't know. So, but that's what it was in September of 2022 anyway. So there you have it. And I thought that was very reasonable for the 4 of us in the way that we did it. Let's see here. So but the price of the course on top of that, $195 each for the green fees for each course. So, you know, just under $400 to play both courses. They do have a deal on their website that's a 36-hole combo, and that's got a price tag on it for $400, and it says same player 4 consecutive days. So I don't know if that's $400 to play each course at Red Sky twice. So, you know, the 36 holes and then play each of them twice for $400. That would be a hell of a deal. $100 a round for 4 rounds of golf at those courses. Oh yeah, that's smoking if you want to play them each twice. Yeah, which, you know, play it once just to get the lay of the land and then play it again to actually strategize and whatnot. Yeah, be cool, see what you can score. Yeah, that would be rad. But $200 or $195, I should say, per round to go out there with the stay and play offer, well worth it. Well worth it. Yeah, that's I think that's perfect pricing. Even if it was slightly more expensive than that, I'd probably still pay it to go out there and check out those courses. Very, very cool. So yeah, that's I think that's about all I got to talk about for the Red Sky courses. Yeah, if you've got questions beyond that, throw them in the comments below. I actually do check the comments. Obviously, the channel's not so popular that there's so many comments coming in and I can't possibly read them all. That's not the case. So if you do happen to throw a comment in the comment section below with a question about the courses or the experience there or whatnot in any way, shape, or form, throw it in the comments below and I will answer that for you. So yeah, there you go. Another cool thing though, before I stop talking about Red Sky Ranch and go on to Eagle Vail, they do, so you know, bag tags, right? Metal bag tags usually can run you anywhere from $20 to $100. I've seen them, you know, seriously expensive. Well, okay, no, I take that back. I've never seen a course that charged you $100 for an engraved bag tag, but 50, yeah. At Bandon, Sheep Ranch, yeah, they've got these iron bag tags out there, the engravable ones, and those are $50 a piece. They come with your round out there. You can go out there and have as many bag tags as you want made and engraved with all the names that you want. So at least as of now, let's caveat it with that. Don't know if they're going to stop that in the future. But right now, if you're going out there to play, get yourself a nice little bag tag, about yay big, Red Sky Ranch on it. And then they will engrave it with your name on the back for free. So, or at least they did, again, as of, September 2022. So that was a nice touch. I like that. Of course, we all had bag tags made. Why not, right? Engraved one's cool. All right. So moving on to Eagle Vail. Very sincerely, the most narrow of the 3 courses that we played out there this trip. Very cool. The greens were super small. Yeah, you really just had to be an accurate player to score well on Eagle Vail. A lot of undulation, a lot of elevation change, a lot of obstacles going in through the holes, little creeks and whatnot. So very cool. Let's see here, 16, 17, and 18, the stretch there. 3 just absolutely beautiful holes. I mean, closing it up with that par 5 on 18 there, the huge, gosh, that's got to be 100-foot drop, into that fairway, if not further than that of a drop, hitting off for your tee shot there. Of course, I piped one right down the fairway. And still yet, I mean, and I don't recall there being a whole lot of wind in our face. It only got out to like 330 or something like that. I thought it was a much further drive. But, right in the fairway, you gotta love to see that on the 18th hole. Love it. But, and then it dog legs to the right there. So, yeah, you really don't, if you're going to pipe one dead straight, then you really don't want to hit it too far. You're just going to miss the fairway and get into the trees long anyway. So, yeah, about that yardage is exactly what you want to hit. And easy to do it with that much of a drop. So, super cool. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember what hole it was now right off the top of my head, but there's a hole where it just slopes way, I mean, the fairway is like a 45-degree angle going off to the right. And if you can't hit a draw, or at least a just frozen rope dead straight shot into that hole, then you're really going to be hurting, that's for sure. If you're most golfers out there are faders, right? And I hate to use the slice word, but yeah, that's what most right-handed players are. It is what it is. Right? The baseball swing, jacking up your right elbow, coming down outside. Yeah, it's opening up your club face relative to the swing path, as Hank Haney would say. And he's right. That's the only reason why anybody slices. So it doesn't matter if you're coming over the top or whatnot. I mean, you might, hit it really low if you're coming over the top with a square club face. And you won't really get a whole lot of altitude on it, but you won't slice if you're squaring that face. So that's what most players are out there. And if you hit a fade on that hole, you're going to be in the creek for sure. You got 0 chance of staying up. So that entire course really favors the golfer who can play really accurately. I mean, you must be really good at course management out there for sure. Let's see here, the fairways, great condition. The greens, also great condition. I thought the greens out there were probably the most receptive of the 3 courses that we played. All 3 greens were in great shape, don't get me wrong. It was just a little bit easier to hold a green at Eagle Vail than the Red Sky Ranch courses, so that was nice. I'd say that the Red Sky Ranch course bunkers were slightly more playable than Eagle Vail. I think we were only 1 bunker at Eagle Vail, if I remember right. But, no, was that the course we were in 2 back-to-back, where we hit out of 1 bunker into the next, and then from then on? Yeah, that was dismal. I can't remember where that was now. But, yeah. But the bunkers out there were difficult, for sure. A little more difficult than Red Sky Ranch, but not like eat your club and you're not going to get out of it without making it, or taking out a sand castle's worth of sand and throwing it up in the air. That's, it was definitely more playable than bad. And greens roll in slightly slower than Red Sky Ranch, but still pretty quick. Yeah, indeed. The staff out there at Eagle Vail, I thought they were great. You're pretty run-of-the-mill staff. That's not rude at all. Let me say that. Great staff out there. We didn't run into a marshal all the live long day on that course, but the guys at the clubhouse were super great. Yeah, great to deal with. Yeah, so there was actually a thing where we had this green saver thing that gave us actually a discount. The price out there for Eagle Vail, if you go May to June and you're a non-resident, I'm assuming you're a non-resident if you're watching this, is 105 until 4 p.m., which is when twilight starts, and then it's 55. From June 24th to September 8th, peak season, non-resident 135. Twilight starting at 4 still, 75. And you know, to be fair, in peak season there, if you hit it at like, I don't know, late June, early July, the day really does long enough for you to be able to clean up 18 holes if you tee off at 4 o'clock. So even with the mountains out there, yeah, you could take advantage of that twilight rate of $75 if you hit it right in that time of year at late June, early July, and still knock out 18 holes. Make it a heck of a deal for you, that's for sure. And then shoulder season on the latter end, September 9th to October 2nd, short shoulder season. Non-resident 115, and then twilight starting at 4 p.m. still at $65. So peak season, so let's assume you're getting out there around that time for $135 if you're not trying to take advantage of the twilight rate. Would I pay that for Eagle Vail? Or would I? Because we didn't. Back to my story. So we had a discount for that, so I only paid like $115 because we had a coupon book for it. And then I also had a gift of $100 from GoGolf.com from my dad actually last Christmas, and I finally used it like 9 months later. So with all of the different stuff I had with my transaction, they actually overcharged me a little bit. So they didn't apply that $100. I had to call them back, and then of course they looked into it and said, "Oh yeah, shoot, sorry about that. That $100 was supposed to get applied to your transaction there," and they threw it on back to me. So super easy to deal with, even in that kind of situation. Excellent, great stuff out there. We did not stop in for food. A whale? I think I had a hot dog there, run of the mill. Yeah, that's right. And typical bar there, so nothing crazy high class. Prices were just fine for the food. Casual. You're not breaking the bank out there for your refreshments. Yeah. So that was cool. But just good wholesome staff. Not terrible at all. And like I said, didn't see a marshal the whole day, so I can't comment on him because I never saw him, which is great. Whether they were camouflaged in the weeds and they just left us alone, or whether they were non-existent, yeah, it is what it is. But either way, yeah, fabulous staff out there. No staff that I've seen, not even at Bandon, matches up to Red Sky Ranch. I mean, Bandon, they took care of us pretty darn well. I mean, they're a close second to the staff at Red Sky Ranch. They treated us very well out there. But the marshals really put them over the top at Red Sky, I gotta say. Yeah, that was surprising to find that even they were super friendly. But yeah, so Eagle Vail, back to that. Do I think that that's a good value for 135? So max rate, non-resident, peak season. What do I got to compare that against? That's the question here. At that rate, I guess I got to compare that to. What other courses? I got to compare it to playing 18 at Breckenridge. I guess that's the closest price that I know of in the area. Is it as good as Breckenridge or better? Yeah, I'd say it's on par with Breck, actually. And Breckenridge, Breck is super cool because of its lore, right? That I believe Breckenridge is the second highest elevation course in the country. second only to Mount Massive, which we were going to play this year, but then we never got around to it, and now it's October, it's too cold. But so we'll have to do that next year, hopefully. But I think it's only 9 holes up there anyway. You like play twice to play 18, 2 different tee boxes. Anyway, so yeah, that's a cool thing about Breckenridge. Playing it over 9,000 feet, super cool. But your ball does not go as far as you think it does at that altitude. It definitely goes further, a little bit, but not ridiculously further, not crazy. So don't get too excited if you go out there thinking, oh wow, I'm going to hit these massive bombs. Not that much. You will pick up some yardage, but it won't be that much. But yeah, I would say that Eagle Vail is pretty well right on par with the Breck course. Definitely a different, or the Breck course is, I should say. There's 27 holes at Breckenridge. But yeah, they 2 different kinds of courses for sure. That I'd say even the Elk 9 at Breckenridge is still wider in terms of fairway width, which is the most difficult of the 9s, hands down, at Breckenridge, right? Still wider fairways than you will experience at Eagle Vail. Eagle Vail, very tight. So, yeah. But, yeah, so 2 different types of golfers they will force you to be between Breckenridge and Eagle Vail, but the price comparison is about the same between the 2 there for 18 holes. So I'm going to say, yeah, they're about level. So that's about right for their price out there, $135. Would I go back out there and pay that to play it again? Yeah, I would. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd kind of like to see it around this time of year with how heavily wooded Eagle Vail was. I bet the colors would be really pretty. And that would be, well, okay, it's too late for that now because apparently they shut down on October 2nd. So you'd have to hit it like late September or right at the beginning of October there. But yeah, so $115. Wow, that's not a huge discount for their shoulder almost month there. It's not even a month for the late season. But yeah, I'd kind of like to check that out. With how cool it gets up there, I bet the colors change a little earlier anyway. And 115, I think that's a solid rate. Yeah, I'd feel like I really got my money's worth with that. 135, I'd be like, yeah, that's right. That's not really overpriced. That's not underpriced. That's right on the money, I'd say, pretty much. Yeah. So there you have it. And what did I not mention about Eagle Vail? Other patrons, I suppose. I really didn't deal with them at all. I didn't have any interaction with other patrons, but from what it looked like, yeah, there was a lot of older folks out there that I noticed, and they, by and large, just kind of kept to themselves. Yeah. I guess that kind of makes sense, huh? As older folks, they, this isn't a bad thing, right? But we all get older, we lose strength, we lose elasticity in our joints and whatnot. It is what it is. And those are the things you need to send that ball a long way. So unless you happen to be an older gentleman or gentle lady who has, maintained your muscular density to an impressive, I guess, state, then you're probably hitting it shorter than you were in your younger days, but you're also probably hitting it more accurate because you've learned how to do so, and you're just, a straighter player than the rest of us, which Eagle Vail definitely favors. So, yeah, makes sense now that I think about it, that there were, now that I, actually consider the other patrons that I saw out there, didn't really interact with, but they were a little on the older side, and it's probably because they could play that course exceptionally well. Being a shorter course anyway, even if you tip it out, only 65-38, it's not all that bad for the tips, really. And if you're playing one up like we did, 61-89, that's really not bad at all. I mean, for how narrow it is, if you're not a really accurate player, then it's going to feel like 7,000 yards, I'll tell you that. But yeah, so for raw yardage, if you're really accurate, then yeah, clean that up no problem. So yeah, anyway, it was a good experience out there, I'd say, for sure. All 3 courses, great time. Yeah, if you're looking for a vacation spot, you want to do something a little out of the norm, kind of tired of hitting all the spots that everybody tends to go to often, like Bandon, like Caramel, for or Monterey, however you like to think about the area, for Pebble and all of the Pebble Beach courses, Spyglass, Spanish Bay, so on and so forth. Or Torrey and the other surrounding courses down there in San Diego, Pinehurst. So if you're looking for places that are not those, and sort of something that's new, something that's sort of off the beaten path, but still going to be a lot of fun for a vacation, yeah, I highly recommend Red Sky and the resort out there. And any of the courses in the surrounding area. We're going to have to go back out there, of course, and play a couple other courses that we know we can get on. Beaver Creek included. And then there was another one that was off to the right. I can't remember what the name of the course was. But as you're going from Avon to Walcott, so heading westbound, it's off to the right side of the road. So what would that be then? So let's see here. And so I guess to the south. Is that what? Yeah. If I'm going west, oh my God, I'm like flipping a compass over in my head right now, trying to figure out. No, that's northbound, off to the right. Yeah, goodness gracious. Yeah. Trying to talk, envision compass, road, north. North's now this way. Okay. So yeah, off to the north side of the road. Saw a course out there that looked really cool. So I forget what the name of it is now. We did look it up, and it is public, so we can get out there and play it. So we got to check that spot out too, and Beaver Creek, and something else out there. We'll find it. And if I can finagle my way onto Cordillera, whatever that was, Cordillera, I think it was. Yeah, with an R. But if I can get on those three courses, because they look really, really pretty. The summit, the mountain, and the valley they've got out there. Remember that. Those are the names of the three courses they have at Cordillera. But yeah, if I can get on those, then I'll definitely will. We'll bring you that content too. If I can't, then sorry, I can only do what I can do. With a private course, that is. So yeah, I think that's all that I've got for the review of all three courses there. Absolutely fabulous. All of them in great condition. All of them great staff. Yeah, I mean the food at Red Sky Ranch, superior for sure. At Eagle Vail, kind of run of the mill. Yeah, and that's I think about all I got. Yeah. One of these days I got to have the boys over here sit at the poker table with me and get their take on the courses as well. But I can never hammer down a time to come over and do something like this. Have a pizza night or something like that. Yeah, sucker them in with food. So that we can do a multi-person review for you guys. Get multiple perspectives on the properties. But for now, you get just me. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this content and the review of the three courses out there. Both courses at Red Sky and Eagle Vail in Vail, Avon, and Walcott, Colorado, out there in the high country in the Rocky Mountains. And if you've got any questions, again, I invite you to throw them in the comments below, and I will check them out and give you my perspective on whatever it is you've got for me. All right? So, yep, there'll be more content coming your way, obviously. We need stopping. Not sure where is going to be next after this. I think this is all the content that I have left to edit right now for these three courses, plus one more as I sit here and speak that I will probably do first, that Jeremy and I just played this last weekend out in Estes Park, Colorado, which is kind of cliche because it's the home of the Stanley Hotel out there, which is of course where they filmed The Shining, right? Stephen King's The Shining. So we actually had breakfast there. Really cool. So very old, rustic hotel, very creepy. And it's October, so Halloween season, right? Got to do the cliche thing every once in a while. So that was awesome. But so that's all the content that I've got to edit right now. But yeah, not sure where we're going after that. If I can get Jeremy to get some time to go out there with me, I'd love to do Arrowhead again with him. I know we've already got Arrowhead up on the channel, but yeah, really, since I got the new camera, because I think that was like my last vlog with the old camera, my only waterproof camera. So, and then this one takes superior content, so I'd like to get out there and do Arrowhead again with this camera, just to have a little bit more clear content on it, just because that's still my favorite course in Colorado. Sorry, Red Sky. Love you guys. You know, had an excellent time out there. Yeah, but nevertheless, Arrowhead still takes the cake for my favorite course, my favorite single 18-hole course in Colorado. Yeah. Favorite resort experience, though, in Colorado? Red Sky. Yeah, through and through, all around, just the whole package deal. Yeah, they take the cake. I like them better than the Broadmoor, honestly. Broadmoor's nice too. Don't get offended, Broadmoor, if you happen to pick this up. You guys are great, but yeah, I guess just the relaxed, chill, kickback feel that I got at Red Sky was it's just more to my preference, I guess I should say. So there you have it. And of course, thanks for watching the content. Throw us a like and subscribe if you're liking what we do here. If you want to see, I know I don't review every course anymore like I used to, but if you do want me to do a review of any of the courses that we've put up that I did not sit down and do a actual, no kidding, review for, tell you what it is I actually thought about the whole property. I think I'm the only reviewer out there who's going to review other patrons for you. But, and take note of that while I'm out there, just to see, you know, like, all right, what can you expect out there for other folks who tend to show up, right, to the course that you can deal with while you're out there on the course? Because golf ain't cheap, man, and I think it's kind of nice to know what kind of clientele tends to show up at any given course. So if they tend to be your kind of people, hey, great. If not, maybe you don't go there, right? Because that's really going to tarnish your day. So yeah, that could suck. That could suck to have folks that you just don't jive with, that you just don't vibe with out there on the course, surrounding you, right? So anyway, yeah, if you want any reviews of any of the other courses out there, then throw that down there in the comments on this video as well, and I will go back and I will sit here and I will do that review for you. So, but anytime I go out to a big resort, a big property like this, then of course I will continue to sit down and do these reviews as well for those. So me and my pops have been talking about doing Pinehurst next year for our sort of annual big golf trip. Haven't booked it yet, don't know if we're actually going to do it yet, but we've been talking about it, so I don't know. And if we do Pinehurst, I don't know if we're going to play them all. That'd probably be about a 2-week trip out there to play all 10 courses at Pinehurst. And then there's a couple other courses that Pops has played out there. Pops has played them all. I'd like to play them all. I'd like to play them all with Pops. That'd be cool. But but he's like, nah, you got to play number 2 because it's number 2. And then, you know, a couple other courses that that he thinks are awesome. And Dad's an excellent critic of golf, right? Yeah, owning and managing Fairways and Greens, FG magazine, kind of one name and then the other, then the abbreviated name. And then Golf Tips and Golf Getaways for years, and then and now do an editorial in Golf Snobs, or I'm sorry, not Golf Snobs, Cigar Snobs magazine, the travel section. So he's been, you know, running around doing golf reviews and travel reviews for almost my whole life. So the man knows what he's talking about when it comes to quality golf, that's for sure. So I trust his opinion, but I'd still like to play them all, just because I want to play every course in the world at least once, man. It's nothing. But then, of course, if we do go out there to Pinehurst, then we'll probably also play Tobacco Road and 1 or 2 other tracks out there that Pop says are awesome. So we'll see. Don't know if that's going to be the trip, but that's what we're talking about right now for the 2023 big golf trip with Pops and I. We try to do it every year. Yeah. And maybe, since I've got friends out there in Fayetteville near Pinehurst, maybe I could even do a golf trip if we do Pinehurst with some buddies too. That'd be cool. So we'll see. Well, battery died right at the end of that there as I was just closing up anyway, but I didn't want to just leave it just like that. I was like, oh man, I've only got like 1 or 2 more minutes that I'm going to talk. And the battery's like, I'm going night-night. So yeah, that's what we're talking about, Pinehurst. Don't know if that's what we're going to do, but we're going to do a trip somewhere. Just got to figure out exactly where. Gosh, I'd sure love to do 2 weeks out at Pinehurst. Play like 13 rounds. That'll be a lot of editing, man. But it'll be like the entire summer next year of editing, for sure. But that would be cool. I'm down for it. So, but if we don't do that, then surely we'll go somewhere else. Super cool. Yeah, sorry about the Bandon trip. We just couldn't get on Bandon Dunes proper, like the actual course Bandon Dunes, because it was under repair that week. And then, yeah, we just didn't have time also to play that course and Bandon Trails. But of course, there's plenty of content out there for both those courses, for Bandon itself and Bandon Trails. I mean, you got, one of my favorite guys, great narrator, if you haven't checked him out, what's his name? The Random Golf Club guy on YouTube here. Gosh, what's his name? Eric something or other. Yeah, I forget his last name. But excellent narration from that guy for everything. Great voice. Nice and somber. But so he's got content out there. I mean, I think Matt Schraff from Good Good, I think he went out there as well and did a bunch of content. I know he played Bandon. Don't know if he played Trails. And then, let's see here. Who else have I seen go out there and do Bandon? Oh, dang it. Oh, yeah. The guys that foreplay golf from Barstool. Yeah, those guys are a crack up too. And I'm sure if you're watching my channel, you're already familiar with all those guys also. So maybe not Random Golf Club. I mean, I know Barstool's real popular, but yeah, Eric over there with Random Golf Club, he's got a bunch of followers, but not as many as a lot of other folks, but he should, because he puts up some really, really great content. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out too. Super, super cool stuff. All right, and I think that's all that I've got. Yeah, don't know where we're going next year, but it'll be somewhere. Thank you guys again for watching another episode of Midgard Golf, and we will see you next time, wherever that next time should take us. Have a great day.